Hi, everybody, welcome back. Today, what we'll talk about is just life in general. How can we better our life in the way that you want to better it? How can we talk about something in general that will affect or could affect every single one of us? The biggest thing that I've found in my past experience is that we are all looking for love. Love is the one thing that we have in common. Uh, Beside being human and blood and all that stuff, yes, but the emotion that we all have in common that we also so badly need is love. And just think about it as, let's imagine a criminal. Why are they criminal? And I'm not going to go in details about why they are criminal. There's thousands of different reasons. But let me ask you this question though. How many criminals do you know that felt love? I honestly do believe that if everybody loved one another, starting with yourself, the planet would be a better place to be. It would open your mind to different information, different way of thinking, different perception, understanding the other one, understanding that there might be some stuff out there that you want to understand, understanding that there are ways of living that you will not agree with. But it is not your life, it is not your journey. And when you do love yourself enough, you realize that who are you to judge someone else? And when you start realizing that, the beauty of it all is that you attract the same. Therefore, if you don't judge anybody, you don't feel judged. When you try to live your life in a certain way in a society where we have a lot of pressure, we are guided to follow a certain path. Don't get outside the line. That's no, no, no. Stay in stay in your comfort zone, and don't deviate from there. You know, like years ago in the workforce, one of the things they were telling you is if you can't, and still today, if you get a job, whether you like it or not, stick to it. And in 25, 30 years, you can retire and you have a great pension. It's all good and dandy. It changed, remind you. But when you think about it, is your life is short. We all have a life to live. We have no time on when it's up. Some of us will go fast, some of us will last long. It's all up to our creator, whatever which word you decide to describe that creator. Um, but the one thing that we all have in common is we have to live our life today. We should all live our life for today. Having goals, but you gotta enjoy today. Today is a present. A present is a gift. It's a gift that you have today. So live it to your full potential. And how do you do that? Well, your full potential can be very limited if you don't have an open mind. But if you have an open mind, it's limitless. We are the only person or the only thing that can stop us. We're also the only thing that can make it happen. Somebody said before, change your life. If you want something to change in your life, change something in your life. If you keep doing the same thing every single day, you will always have the same result. But if you step out of your comfort zone and do something that you want to do, the result will change. And yes, you may fail, as they call it. It's more an experience. Putting another piece of information in your book of life to know not to repeat, or maybe tweak a little depending on what experience you got from it. But if we were all trying to live that way, Number one, we would be busy enough that we wouldn't have time to look at someone else's life. Because, in all due fairness, your life doesn't affect mine. I respect yours. If I can guide and help some of you, I'm grateful. But I'm not here to tell you how to live your life. I'm just here to make you think for yourself, come up with your own options, with your own goals, your own identity has to be preserved. Be true to yourself, not to what you think people want you to be. When you find your passion, when you find your sweet spot, what happens is it triggers something in you. Even the smallest little step can make you feel like unbelievable. Like before I decided to post a video talking about like what I'm doing right now. I practiced over and over and over because I wanted to get more comfy, to be able to share with you guys with less and thinking and pauses. Some of it, that's how I am. I do talk with a lot of and pauses. But that's because I've learned to pay attention to the word I'm using. Pay attention because some words will affect your future, will affect the way you think. Some words are negative, some words are very positive. And that's why I started slowly to pay attention to what I say. Now, English being my second language makes a difference too, but I really paid attention, or I'm paying attention to all the words I'm saying in order to communicate with my brain and communicate with your brain for you to hear it in a positive way. And that takes time. But every single time I do these videos, whether I know I'm not going to post it or not, makes me feel closer to my goal. My goal is to help as many people as possible, to guide them, to make people think for themselves, to give them love, to bring back respect in the world, our own respect. You see, that's what drives me. I always love human beings. I love the challenge of trying to understand how we behave, how we process things, how we say what we think people want to hear. But it's not true. If we were really who we are, for who we are, we would be appreciated for who we are, or not. People don't have to love me. People don't have to agree with me. But if everybody respects my way of thinking, that's all I'm asking. The points that I bring, I'm not going to tell you what to do with them. I share some experience, I share some example, but at the end of the day, those tools are there for you to think, for you to decide what you want to do with your life, what you're going to do with that tools that I just shared with you. That is your life. That is your responsibility to take, not mine. But I can tell you that every step you take towards your goal, you feel more happy. You feel more complete. You can taste, you can smell the success. And I'm not relating success with money. That's totally different success. I'm reaching my goal, my personal goal. Do I want to make money out of it? Yes, of course. I need to pay my bills. Do I need $20 million a year to accomplish that? No. But when I do have it, I will make it go around that I'll make sure I help people, I create jobs and all that stuff. But my goal is not about money. That's not my passion. My passion is about making people think for themselves, pushing that button on people until they crack and they say, okay, let's do it. I understand what you mean now. Those are things that triggers me. Those are the things that drives me. Those are the things that is my passion. And that's why when I say you have to love yourself first is, yes, sometimes it takes some time. Yes, sometimes you have to put some effort, and yes, it takes motivation. But when you do love yourself and you love what you're doing, it's easy. It comes naturally because the reward is immediate. See, what a lot of people seems or don't know is the reason that we take some decision or that we do certain things is for immediate result. As humans, we are having a hard time investing, let's say, an hour a day for 5 years from now. There's no reward, immediate reward. They can't see the future. And I can't blame anybody because I'm the same. But when you realize that, you say, okay, what can I do today? That little step that I will have immediate reward. That's going to be good for me instead of being bad. You see, there's people who are procrastinators. One of the things that procrastinators have in common is either fear or fear or fear, or it's just that they don't like what they're doing. When someone tells me they don't have time, and my friend can contest to that, when someone tells me I don't have time, I say, no, you don't. That's not a priority. It's two different things. If you don't have time, it's because it is not a priority, your priority. And the question I always follow with is, if it was a matter of time, and I'll take someone close to them, and if they have kids, I'll take a kid, and I'll say, if your kid were being hit by a car and sent to the hospital, would you find the time? Well, yeah, of course, because that becomes your priority. And it's okay that you don't have time for me or don't have time for certain things. But stop telling yourself you don't have time. Tell yourself it's not a priority. And you will realize that 24 hours, you can accomplish a lot in 24 hours. It all depends on your priorities. Do you really prioritize sleeping 10 hours a day? Or are you okay sleeping 8 hours and having another 2 hours to actually produce something towards what you want, towards your goal? And those are the questions we have to ask ourselves. On that note, I'm going to let you think about that until our next video. So once again, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.